So I am still trying to get this badge here. I'd like to get 25 games in a row. As of now, I am on 20 out of 20. I think I'm going to do some badges though. I mean some challenges though, because I had a request for that. And I was also feeling a little bored. So we have done these guys, but we haven't done Rogue in a while. So I'll do Rogue and I'll go ahead and throw up some challenges. I'm definitely doing batter bosses. And the other ones, Swarm Intelligence is just kind of like, they all just charge at you. It doesn't really make it more fun, but Hostile Champions does make it a little more fun because you got all these different various enemies coming at you. And then I think that's good for now. The other ones just take away healing. And, you know, I'm trying to prove the point that I can win 25 in a row on 0 challenges and say the game is completely, you know, beatable 100%. But we'll do it with just the 2 challenges just to mix it up a little bit here. And let's get started. So I'm going to do this series a little bit different than the last one. I'm busy during the week, so the last Warrior run I recorded over the weekend and just uploaded it all. But this one I'm actually going to do one day at a time. So we could have more interaction in the comments. So if you see this tomorrow morning, you'll have by like tomorrow night to make some comments if you want me to do something like use this weapon or use this armor or go free runner or go assassin, etc. And if we get two opposite comments, then we could have a little vote and go either direction. So they're going to be shorter because I'm going to have to kind of do them at night in between, you know, all the other life stuff. But let's get started. Also, as regarding the overexplained, I'm going to go the first floor, maybe 2. I'm going to explain a lot heavily, like about the sewers and about the prisons, etc. And then the other half, I'm not going to explain so much because it can get a little repetitive. But I do think as far as overexplained goes, as far as new players go, the sewers is going to be the most important. And then this is going to be more of a free kind of run, less cuts. Any cuts I do, I'll just be pausing here on the OBS recording software. Just like that, like if I want to take a breath or think or something, but there's going to be a lot more ums and ahs. I'm not going to cut it up very much at all. So as a new player, I'm going to be wanting to get some grass and start farming up my dew and my seed. So I'm just kind of, I like to clear all the grass right away. So there it is. We'll pick it up off the ground here. Pick it up off the ground here. And the seeds go in this little pouch here. Of course, if you're on mobile, it's going to look a little different. Maybe I would even venture to change. So on mobile, it'll probably look a little more like this. You got your backpack down here and it pops up on you. So maybe I'll do that to make it a little more relatable to mobile players who make up the majority of it. Most folks aren't downloading it on PC, even though you can get it on PC for free from GitHub. There's plenty of links for it. So here we go with the mouse. What should we do? I could throw a dagger, but I kind of like to protect my daggers. I kind of need them later on for the stronger enemies. So what I'll actually do is I'll wake it up and then I'm going to bring it back to the door. I'm going to step back 1. Ooh, okay. Right off the bat, we have a special hostile champion. Let's quick examine it by touching the magnifying lens here and then clicking on it here. So this is blessed and it's 200% more accuracy and evasion, but let's go ahead and take out this rat quick because we need to surprise it. And then I always like to use my cloak here and click on it, go invisible because it's a guaranteed surprise hit. And even though I had a little bit of health left, it's very annoying if you miss multiple times when it has just a teeny bit of health left because you can end up taking a lot of damage that way. So same approach here, bring it through the door, hit it, go invisible, finish it off. So that is our basic 2-hit combo. And when we do that, we only take 1 counter attack. And if we can pull that off, we are doing good. So this one's sleeping, so I want to get out of its line of sight because then it won't wake up. But if we dilly-dally around and where it can still see us, it's more likely that it's going to wake up. Here we go. Hit. This one, I'm down to 1 charge on my cloak, so maybe since there's other door is right here, I'll do it like that. So we will examine this by clicking on the magnifying lens there, and then we see this is Sungrass. It's slow but effective healing properties. So if we get really low, we can go stand on that. So you may see I don't always click on things just because I am on PC, so I can use hotkeys. Like I can hit Q to punch and I can hit, usually be 1 for that. There, it's still 1. I can hit 1, Q, there we go. I can also move with WASD and push them both at the same time for diagonals, which can be a little tricky sometimes. Okay, we have some of these runestones here. You're curious about like what the runestones are. Eventually it will be unlocked into your guidebook here. You can kind of click on it here. It shows what the various ones are. They're also in your bag when you pick them up down here. And the description of how to use them is right in there. The wiki is also extremely useful. I highly recommend it to anybody, new players especially, to go on the wiki. I'll do a little advanced trick here, which is I'll use this pillar to break line of sight instead of the door. So when I go around that one, I don't know if that one counts. I'm going to check one time for science, see if it gets surprised. Yeah, okay, so that was not surprised. So when the rat is here and I'm here, that does not break line of sight. But when we're like diagonal, for a moment, I'm here and the rat's there and it loses sight of me. Notice how I can't see around there? So now watch when I hit it. Bam, exclamation point, surprise attack. I call it the ring around Rosie. You may see in other videos when I'm talking real fast, I go, oh, I kind of shout out a lot, hey, ring around the Rosie time. The snake is sleeping, so let's go ahead and hit it before it wakes up. So I'll actually use my dagger for the snake, because snakes are very pesky. This one is awake. So what I will do is, I'm pretty sure the enemies follow your movement. Like they go towards the square you're at. So if I just wait one turn, I think when I move up to here, it's going to move to here and the grass is going to serve like the pillar. We're going to break line of sight. So now I hit it and look at that. I get the surprise attack and I kill it. Nice trick with the grass. Sometimes I'll even leave a piece of grass alive so I can just have it there for tactics. We got right away a wand. Okay, so I'm pretty sure on mobile, if you press and hold on your quick slot button, it will bring up the hotkeys. For me, I just right click it. Okay, so here we have the first potion. So I'm going to make a mental note to myself right away. Hey, we have a crimson potion. So if there is a puzzle room, I know it'll probably be used for the crimson potion. Also, I always like to shout out Roguelike Pixels has a great YouTube channel and has a great tutorials for how to identify potions. So here we go. You can do whatever you want with the talents. I like to go with Sucker Punch because it's immediately more damage. So I will actually use the Examine to make sure this is not a mimic. I like to be extra careful. Okay, we also have a Scroll of Kaunan. Let's zoom out a little bit and make sure we have explored everything here. Looks like we are completely explored. If I wanted to do a little bit of farming, I could, fight enemies and go step on this and heal. But it's kind of a give and take because the amount of time that will take and my hunger is going to tick down. It kind of breaks. In a way, it breaks even. Eventually, I'm going to starve. But maybe let's just sit here and take a quick little. If I hold down, if you click and hold on the space, you'll actually fall asleep and it passes time really quick. One thing to notice is every time you move, there's a little cogwheel that spins. That's the time. So one whole revolution is one whole turn. So, there really aren't enough enemies here to really make it worth it. Unfortunately, I already kind of invested by sleeping and look, I'm starving already. I'm not starving, I'm hungry. So whatever, it's okay. Not gonna worry about it too much, but that is just one of those options that we could have done. So there could be hidden doors around here, but like I said, it takes time to search every single wall. And that's kind of it's a commitment. That's something you have to balance and consider with your food. And how hungry you are versus how much time you're going to spend searching and looking for things. So I'm definitely going to blast this as many times as I can with the wand. Because unlike our knives, the knives have a durability. They break after 5 uses. So you only really have like 15 throws. The wand is just charge based, so it'll recharge after a while. But it's never going to like run out. And I won't really use any charges at all for the mouse. The way I roll is I balance my consumables and my cooldowns with the difficulty. Oopsies. That was a misclick, whatever. I'll go hit the snake. What I mean by that is now we're on floor 2. The rats are the least of our problems. The gnolls are our problems. So I will use my knives, my wand, the missile charges, and my cloak of shadows mostly on the gnolls. And most of the time I'll just face tank the rats. So you see how this is moving. That's clearly a mimic. And you see how this is like should be very often the floors are circular, and see how this is kind of like breaking up the circle. Often there'll be another door that connects, so I feel like I'm gonna search. I think it's worth it. And sometimes the negative space in the middle of a floor is also a hidden room. So nothing there. Let's go down. Nothing there. Okay, well, let's try this top area quick. All right, well, at least my curiosity is satiated. And should we go for the mimic now? No, I'm gonna wait till my wand is fully identified so I know how many charges I have to use. I'm not satisfied. Yeah, I just felt like something's missing here. So yeah, sure enough, I search and I find another door. And this is one of those doors that leads to a door. Let's guess that it's over here first. There it is. Oh, are you kidding me? We get a well. Wells are so good because they remove cursed items. So now I can freely try on different items. And if they're cursed, well, I know I can just go to the well. So rather than use 2 charges, I will kind of like meet in the middle, hedge my bet, so to speak. I'll use 1 wand charge, and then I'll get up, I'll go invisible, and I'll take it out with the surprise attack from being invisible. And notice the rogue's starting weapon does extra damage against unaware enemies, so the more surprise attacks you can get in, the better. Ooh, shocking trap. We can use that to recharge our wand. So I will actually shoot the knoll here, and then I'll immediately get behind the door so that mouse does not wake up. We should be able to get a surprise attack here. I'm just hitting spacebar, but for you on mobile, you'd be clicking on this. And then this will be a surprise attack. Didn't quite kill it. I'm going to go invisible anyways because, like I said earlier, missing when they have 1 health left is very annoying. So get the hit here, and then we'll step here, get the surprise attack. Nice. Yeah, I think I may... No, I'll break the grass because I really want those dewdrops. Kind of like I used it that one time for the surprise attack, and now I'm okay breaking it up. I am just still suspicious about this area, but I was already wrong once. Perhaps I'm still wrong. Okay, this one in particular, the blue, they are giant. So they have 1 attack range, but they can't move through enclosed spaces because they're giant. So that means they can't move through the door, but it can hit me from 1 away. So the trick here is to open the door by throwing something into it. So we will throw some food into it. So you'll on mobile click and then hit throw. And there it is. So I'm going to blast it as much as I can with my wand. Oh, did they take reduced damage too? 75% less damage. Yeah, they really suck. Okay, but I will continue, I think, to hit it with my daggers. Just do as much damage early as I can. So if I step up here, it's actually going to hit me because it has that 1 range. So let's go ahead and go invisible. No, don't move away from me. I really don't want to use another charge. And what I mean by that is if we look up here, here's our buffs, right? So I have cloaked, turns until charge use 2, so I can move 1 more time. And then if I moved again and this ran out, it's going to use another charge in my cloak, which I don't want because I want to use it now to go invisible again and hit it again. But this is actually going to hurt us. And it's time to eat. Notice our health is about 25. We're about 50% health. That is definitely when we want to eat some food. And now we'll get natural regain to bring our health back up. If we eat too soon, you really you'll run out of food way too fast. It's better to wait till you're about 50-60% health if you want to play it safe. Some people go lower. I like to play it safe. So we picked up a magenta potion. Crimson was from floor 1. I'm pretty sure Jade we picked up on floor 2. I was not paying attention. I'm so sorry. Forgot. Doing a little searching. So for the Snako, I think we just go to the Doro. Oh, that was a misclick. Oops. It happens. And sometimes that can be the death of you right there. It's sad, but it happens. Here we go, locked door. And of course, it's this room because we have the 3 crystal keys. Starflower. Nice. Something to keep in mind is that the potions we got from this treasure room here, as far as I know, are rarely correspond with the secret room. So if there was like a piranha room that you need an invisibility potion for, most likely it's not going to be the amber. Most likely it's going to be magenta or jade. And also the amber is probably not going to be strength. I've never gotten a strength potion from one of these rooms before. All right, leveling up. I think I will go with this one where we get some shadow, some shielding. And then what to do here. Notice how the snake died and the door is not closing. So if, just for science, I'll show you. I'll pass a turn. We don't get the surprise attack there because the door is open. Unfortunately, the corpses clog up the doors. Okay, this is a special one. The albino rat, jagged teeth. So this one's going to make you bleed. I really don't like the albino rat, but it always drops meat. So it's that part about it's nice. So I will go through the door here, get a surprise attack. Nice, got it. Bleed sucks because it's like guaranteed damage. So when you see a room like this and it has this thing right here, we examine it and see it's a distant well. You can just make out a well in the depths below. Perhaps there's something down there. That's giving you a hint to jump down. Of course, it hurts quite a bit. If you have a mage royal, that can heal you up because it removes status effects. So it'll remove the bleed. I don't really want to fight two at once, so I'll go ahead and bring him back to here. Then notice how I hit wait and pass the turn there. That's because sometimes if you get too far away, they'll forget where you are. I just find that really annoying because you have to go back and find them and bring them forward again. So sometimes it's worth just waiting. Let them get a little closer before you like break line of sight like that. Oh, we're getting strong enough to one-shot them now. I do love that. Well, this is a pretty big floor. If we mouse over this thing, we can see that this dungeon floor seems unusually large. Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I'll shoot you because you're kind of far away. That didn't do enough damage. I wish it did a little more, but I'm going to run back to here. I'm going to shoot it again. Why not? The reason I did that was because this here, shocking trap. Check it out. Take you, throw you onto it, and then wait for the field to go away. Oh, I sense a deadly presence. That means another hostile champion spawn. This is where... Check it out. 3 or 3. It recharged it for me. So now I want to go fight that mimic while I still have full charges. Check out this room. Oh, we got a dirk. So the dirk is basically the next version of the dagger. Requires 12 strength. So one of these is going to be our strength potion. Pretty sure it's not this one because that came from the treasure room. Ooh, kunai is very nice because it requires 13 strength. Never mind. We can't really use it yet. You can use it. I've noticed with ranged weapons, you don't seem to be penalized or miss too much. It's almost even worth like hotkeying and just using every now and then. Yeah, let's go ahead and open up with the wand. As many shots as we can. Just hopefully we can kill it before it gets too close. And then since we couldn't, we're in range for a sneak attack. So I'll just go invisible, let it close the gap here, and then I'll finish it off. There we go. And we took no damage. So we do have this well of health here. What I really like to do is just save up all my weapons and then I'll come back and I'll try them all on. And if anything's cursed, then I can get in the well and uncurse it. So here we go. We are done and we're moving on to the next floor. But since this is an unusually large floor, perhaps there's more secret doors. So I just checked that because it's kind of like a dead end looking thing, but no, it's not. We're going to jump down because there's treasure there. We need as much treasure as we can from the beginning. So this one, the purple one, that's projecting. They can hit anybody that they see and they hit 25% harder. That's really annoying, especially when you can't see them because you're just getting hit from nowhere. So I did see that door open over there in the corner. So an enemy could be coming up here as well, but I'm going to hang out here and hopefully the snake comes through. It did not come through, but we got a null here. Oh, the snake went over there. See this? See this door's open? So that's one thing I do is I just kind of keep my eye out and see where things go. And that means I'm pretty sure we can get away. The projecting champion. Oh, it's a mouse. I don't really want to mess around too much more. So I'm not going to fight that mouse because that projecting champion could show up and this is going to hurt. Chasm's hurt. Look at that. We take half of our health right off the bat and we're bleeding, which does damage every turn. And you know what? I'm actually not prepared for this. I'm going to eat some food. And we look at the bleed here. Next turn is 1 damage. So unless I think a projecting champion could hit us through there. I'm going to get out of line of sight as soon as I can. So one thing we can do here, it's very effective in the early game, but not so much in the late game, is we can press and hold on space and we can sleep. And our natural regain from the food will heal us back up. And that's good enough. We don't need to go all the way up. So I'm on the 3rd floor here and I think I'll call this episode here. So choices for next episode. If you want it, I could go plus 15, put all the upgrades in the magic missile. That's always one thing. Let me know what you think is strength. I think we have crimson, jade, or magenta, or silver, because this came from the mimic. This is from the chest room, the treasure room, so I don't think it's amber. So our options are, let me know what you want me to do. I could use Stone of Intuition on one of these and guess that it is strength. I could just chug them and drink them. Another thing I can do is just which the thing I mostly do is nothing. I just won't do anything until I know for sure. And I would know for sure if I was to get a duplicate. But if I got 3 of one, then I would know for sure it's not strength. You know what I mean? And then one of these is definitely upgrade because we need to get 2 more of them and we only have 2 floors left. So, okay, well, that should be about it. Thanks for watching. Hope it's useful for new players. I'm definitely going in depth. For experienced players, it's definitely a lot of stuff you've already heard before. So I guess I have to strike a balance. And maybe just let me know. I'd say if you like I think the balance I'm going to strike is this. The next episode, I will not over-explain. And then once I start the prisons again, I will perhaps over-explain some more. Anyways, let me know what you prefer. All right, cheers. Thanks again.